Hello, Malavians, it is Sister Guard here. Hopefully you're having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back today in Adventure Tale because they released today, and I kind of wanted to go over some stuff if you are starting the game for the first time, any updates you have questions about, that kind of good jazz. So, if you have not already, please make sure you smash the like button, do the same subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. So we're going to go right on into it. So, big changes that have come with the game. They've just released. There is now a lovely tutorial. I did it on stream. If y'all want to go watch the first part of the stream, you are more than welcome to. But basically, you go through the tutorial. It teaches you how to play the game, teaches you how to block, teaches you how to basically do everything in the game and the different mechanics on some of the weapons. Now, I want y'all to keep in mind, we did not realize this, and I'm going to show y'all in here, how this game is broken up is into classes or quote-unquote weapons. And those weapons that you pick in that tutorial are the weapons that you start with. Normally, when I played the beta version of this, that you had all of these unlocked when you entered, except for the more premier ones that had different level requirements. Now, they require 250 of the gems that we use in order to unlock them. So whatever you do pick in the tutorial, please be aware that is what you're stuck with until you can get these AO gems. Now, if you played in the beta, you got 10 AO gems for every level that you got, so you were able to get that. You also are able to get AO gems during your daily quest, which when my dailies refresh and the world quest refresh, you'll actually have some in there for you to do. And these are going to give you gold and in-game currency, and that's the premium currency. So just kind of wanted to address that this was something big. I thought that we got all of them to start. No. So we do have some premier classes like a tower shield that you do have to level these up in order to get access to them. And how you level your weapons up is by completing dungeons. And what I mean completing is you have to go all the way through. So as y'all can tell, this is like 5 p.m. The game released at like 11 a.m. I have been very heavily grinding bow for like all day. Another thing on how this weapon systems work, if you have not checked out, I have a beginner's guide to the game. I'm going to go ahead and reiterate it here. I'd recommend going and checking out that video. A lot of the stuff and the mechanics in there still work the same. But how this works is because I have a level 22 bow equipped, I am allowed to equip a level 22 gear and my accessories down here that help me with stuff. Like I have potions, I have a spell, I have some arrows to help me with damage. So all this stuff I am allowed to get. However, if I was to take this off and put on a level 4 axe, all of this unequips. So I'm going to do this. Your level is not high enough. So now I can only equip level 4 items. So that's kind of how the leveling mechanic works and how all that. You still can get drops for every single class, for every single item, if you have it unlocked. If you don't have it unlocked, you don't get drops for it, which actually is kind of nice. Kind of prevents that extra loot you don't want. But kind of keep that in mind that leveling up the first time, I will tell y'all, or leveling up your first class, is going to take you a little bit longer. It's going to take you a little bit longer to do than it would be to work on the other classes. However, once you level your stuff up, it is significantly easier to go and get another one. So because I already have all this equipment ready to go for another class, or if I was to say go crossbow, I have a bunch of stuff ready to go. I'm good to go for that. Now, some other things to note that has not been covered is you can change the keybinds, especially if you're on PC. This game is mobile compatible, but keybinds can be changed, which actually is kind of nice because I definitely changed some stuff when I was working through here. Fusing mechanic still is the same, and if you don't know what fusing is basically you're able to put items into others. This increases the rarity, increases their damage, increases their abilities, things like that. I would not focus too strongly on this in the beginning. Once you start getting more late game, once you start getting items that you're going to use continuously, like this potion, I will use for every class. Some of these armors, yes, I upgraded from being gray to blue to green, just to kind of improve their quality, and so that when I have to go back through again, they're already an increased value for me. Now, there is a couple of newer items that got introduced to the game, so let me go ahead and go on over those. So we have, first of all, we have the skill scrolls. So the skill scrolls were introduced to basically change the ability on your item. So I have a skill scroll for axe right here. And basically, if you fuse it by going to the fusing station, it does cost 5,000 gold to do this. You change the ability of your item. So whatever I have on my axe, it would be replaced to lose 50% of your current defense to gain weapon power equal to 500% of defense lost for 5 seconds. So basically, it makes you weaker, but you get to hit things stronger, which is actually kind of nice. So that is something that's brand new. There's the Scrolls of Scholar, which I'm going to have a lovely list of codes on the screen right now. Y'all are more than welcome to go use those. It's going to get you some Scrolls of Scholar. These increase the amount of XP you get when you have completed a run. So run is going to be doing a full dungeon, raid, or endless. So these are actually really good. They do use up charges when you do enter, so be mindful when you're going through. If it is your first time playing and you are over here and you're like, should I do hardcore? So the only difference with hardcore plebs is I think you get a little bit more gold and you get an extra item as a drop. So if you are new or playing solo or don't really have the ability to dodge, like sister can't dodge to save my life, I generally don't run hardcore. So I just want to get in, get my experience, and get out. Now, the difference between some of these is for easy, medium, and hard, on each of these, they're going to have their own boss. It's going to be a set of 3 rooms. You have to clear of mobs, and then you're going to go on in. Here's a lovely video of me doing one right there for you. You're just basically going to go through, clear out all the mobs. You have to clear them all before you can go to the next area, and so on and so forth. If you have a timer, if you don't complete within that timer, then unfortunately you don't get to go defeat the boss. Now, once you defeat the boss, you're going to get some drops. You're going to get XP based on what weapon you have. You're going to get some gold, all that good jazz, and you have the option to redo it. And you got some stats. I like stats. Now, the next thing to note we have is raids. So what raids are is it's going to take the easy, normal, and hard mode dungeons and compress them into one massive dungeon. So you get 25 minutes to complete these, and basically you run through and do 3 dungeons in a row. You get a lot of drops. You get a lot of XP. It is a really nice thing to do. If you have a partner you can work with or a group of people, these are really good ways to grind. You can knock these out in 10 minutes, get a ton of resources. Now, a newer thing that was added was endless. So endless is basically an endless dungeon. You keep going until you fail. And basically you have to do an easy, medium, or hard map with that boss and a set timer. Once that timer's depleted, you're gone. Now, every floor you are going to get a buff, and the floor is going to get slightly stronger. You're going to get slightly more gold and slightly more XP. And what I mean by buff is you're going to be given 3 inscribes. These inscribes you can pick between to figure out what you kind of want in that dungeon. These can give you buffs, so I would pick wisely to what you're statted out to be. Now, I've talked about there being different weapons and different classes. This game is very customizable as to what you would like to play. If you want to be a mage, go with wand. If you want to be a fighter, go get axe. Go get hammer. There are ways to do that and customize that. I'm still trying to kind of remember the game. Easy class for me to level up in and is really easy to get through the game is bow. It has a lot of damage output. It's a glass cannon, and I can just run through the game as fast as I can. So, really easy class to get through. Now, you're like, sister, I'm never going to use these other classes. Why in the world are you talking about them? Well, you're going to want to use these other classes because all of the classes have a level 15 and a level 30 perk, which means when you get that class up to level 15 and that class up to level 30, you are going to now get a global permanent perk. So for bow, because I already have it at level 22, I now get a 5% arrow damage across my entire account, which means when I go to start leveling up crossbow, it's going to have a 5% increase. Does that make sense? And because I'm not going to stop using it until I do get to level 30, that means I'm also going to have a 5% critical chance when I move over to crossbow. So it's going to be easier for me to level crossbow. When you go and do axe, your blade type weapons have a 5% damage buff. You get 5% max health. Max health is importante. So there's a ton of buffs. You can at least go through here and be like, oh, interesting. Some of these are spell power. Some of these are mana power. Things like that. This game is really massive and really fun to explore. My first video out on it is going to be me getting to level 30 with my archer. Just kind of what I did, my thought process, things like that. Now, the only other thing I kind of really want to go over that I've kind of missed is there is little inscribed stones that you can use to help fuse some of your stuff up and level it up. In the cosmetics tab, if you did play during the alpha, you are able to get the beta, you are able to get the beta veneer masks. So these are very customizable in that you can have a hood, not have a hood. The hood actually on the cape here, you can turn on and off. So just FYIZ, you can customize it. You can change the colors, things like that. So kind of keep that in mind. I like mine how I have it. Someone's standing in front of me. Hi, pleb. Hi, how are you? So there were other things like Battle Pass in the beta. There was all kinds of other stuff. If you're looking to find a party, you can create a party here so that you can go into groups easier and go into dungeons. Super, super easy. Now there is a store in here. So if you are a premium member, there is a big discount for you to play. You're able to get some of these are cosmetics only, but you can wear them full time. So there's a big store of all the stuff. So I have a few of the items, but I'm really digging the beta gear. So I'm probably gonna wear that for a while. So we do have some game passes. We have increased loot. So this is common in all the dungeon games. This is really big in raid because this is going to give you extra loot on top of the additional loot you already get. Customs Plus, this allows you to customize your character more. Increased party size, this allows you to have up to 20 people in your party. I really like this for stream because I can get a lot of y'all in and we can hang out and chill. We have increased gold and increased experience. We've already been over the classes. And this is where you can pay to get our lovely Aya gems. So you can buy them in game. Now, Aya gems also have another value other than buying you classes, cosmetics. You go over here to the bank and enter in with the banker. You now can trade in your Aya gems for coins. So if you are low on coins, because coins is always going to be something you are going to need, that would be why. So if you were in beta, you do get all of your stuff back, any AOs that you bought, and you do get a certain amount. Now, when you have unlocked your weapons, I know some of this video is kind of bouncing all over the place. You need to go over here, go to the shopkeeper, and you can actually buy a level 1 weapon when you unlock stuff. If you sell your weapon like a big dummy. But don't be a big dummy. I will tell you, that happened in the beta, and people couldn't level up their classes, so they had to add the shop in. It was funny. My big tip, my biggest of tips, and I'll have my own tip video. Get one of everything. And then as you finish that entire class or that entire section, like I'm about to go through after I do bow and do crossbow, which means I can start selling all of my old archer gear and get rid of it because there's no other range classes. So I'm going to be doing that. So kind of help consolidate, kind of help upgrade my other gear so I can have that. You're going to have a lot of gear. It's going to be okay. You do have a lock-in feature, so you don't lock stuff or don't sell stuff you don't need to. I do wish they had a sorting mechanic through here where you could sort by like level. Make me a little bit easier to kind of find stuff because this is a little chaotic, but they may add it eventually. So there's a ton of stuff. There's a ton of accessories. They give a bunch of bonuses. Clear all new notifications. Yes, please. There's a ton of spells. There's tons of stuff for me to go in here and talk about. However, that would make this video like 35 minutes long and then y'all would kill me. And I apologize, I thought of one more thing. If you are wanting to see the loot that an area gives you, just click on whatever one you're wanting to go to. So say I wanted to go to this raid and you can hit show loot. And it will show you the percentiles and what loot will drop for what you have equipped. It can also show you what other types can drop from there as well. So these are all the classes I have unlocked. So this is all the stuff that I can get from there currently. So all those spells, all that good jazz. So, and each areas will have their kind of own specific, and there will be level requirements. So for the Endless, for the Enchanted Forest, I was able to snag a level 20 bow, which, ooh, that thing is nice. I've really been enjoying using it. However, the Endless for Bandit Castle has the level 30 Mythic bow, which is the high-end bow. So I'm really looking forward to that, and this is all the high-end gear down here. So if you want to take a look at that, kind of see like what it's all about down here, like what the high-end stuff looks like, what the damage looks like, there's a bunch of really cool items. I would definitely go and check it out. Plebs, please make sure you check out Venture Tale. I will put the link in the description down below. I probably will be doing a few low-level grinds for it, and probably be working through it a little bit because I want to play this. So we'll definitely be playing on Sunday. I'll do some low-level runs because I want to start leveling up my other classes, and it's really easy to do in a group. So, plebs, thank you for making it to this part. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all next time.